Hello, Vicente. Oh, hello. I just want to go back to this previous song. So this song, I use chill hop for some lo-fi because I love lo-fi. I think it's the perfect relax and chill stream. Where I denote it. This song is called By the River Froome, which is insane because I grew up in Froome in the UK. Froome is a very small town. It's Somerset. Obviously, that's where my Somerset comes from. And Froome, the River Froome, I think they say what happened to the second O because it used to have two O's, and they said it dropped into the River Froome. I think it's great. Oh, the other day I ordered some of the VTuber TCG. Is that the sus one or is that the non-sus one, Vicente? But no, that sounds awesome, dude. Obviously, you've seen I finished my Evangelion ripoff in my Wardleys, and I'm very happy about that. It came out so cleanly. The one from game, it's so moderately sus. A man of culture, I see. Hello, V. Hello, Laura. We're just listening to a song called By the River Froome. I grew up in Froome, so this is quite... Knowing there's a lo-fi track dedicated to the River Froome, genuinely awesome. I don't live in a Froome now, so I'm not doxing myself, don't worry. But that's where I grew up. And it has a river, and the reason we call it Froome, F-R-O-M-E, is because the second O dropped into the River Froome. So just hearing this is kind of like it, I'm not gonna lie. Plus I like lo-fi. It's a win. Anyway, we're going to be playing Paleo Pines today, and once we're done with that, I'm going to be recording Trails of Cold Steel later, because I have got a massive backlog filled with Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, a couple of games with exciting beeves, including a return to Lethal Company, Minecraft Dinosaurs, Paleo Pines, etc., but I need to get some trails done. And if I don't get it done today, it's not the end of the world. I've got plans to get it done next week, but I want to give myself a head start. Get that done, maybe get another Paleo Pines episode done, and 3 more Minecraft Dinosaurs, and that will last me till December. And that's not including Jurassic World Evolution 3, if I record it. When you said that England was built on a swamp, it reminded me that Mexico City is built on top of a lake. Building on water pieces, not ideal. Not ideal at all. Also, I've actually not completely sheared my beard down to the lowest level. I've let it grow. I don't know if I like it, so I'll probably get rid of it. I'll keep the stash, obviously, but I'll take this back down to a 0.5. I don't know. Plus, like, if I get an itchy beard at any point, you are going to hear it, and it's going to sound like sandpaper, and I do apologise in advance. Right, let's load up a good old Paleo Pines. I've had some good luck. Oh, can't forget DCSB. Ignore what you're about to hear. I need to count up 3 times because I found 3 ultra rares in 5 episodes. So ignore the noise. You better record or I will riot. Record what, Laura? Record what? Oh, are you talking about Jurassic World Evolution 3? I'm going to snooze the ad, although I think you're both subbed. I don't know. No, you're not. One of you is. Snooze! There you go. I've snoozed it. What is it that you're going to riot over if I don't record it? Did you see the reveal of the Hammond Collection Sinister? I did. I'm not usually big on looking into when the reveals come out for these, but as soon as I saw it, I was like, alright, I see why people get the hype about watching it. Like, whenever a new Mega Pokemons have been shown off, I've been like, oh my god, oh my god. Here you go. One of the new ones that joined us was Faux Pas. Another ultra rare Corythosaurus. JWE3. Okay, cool. I'm hearing through the grapevine, I'm not saying my sources, that the terrain constraints is considerably less prominent. It still exists, however, but it's very difficult to get to the point where it becomes a prominent issue. So, I will likely play it. I am going to buy the game. I am going to experiment off camera in Sandbox and try and cause it. And if it's not easy to cause, I'm going to be playing the game. Campaign, Sandbox and all. That's Scout's promise, even though I'm not a scout. So I don't know if that causes a bad omen. Hello, 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 Harumi. I hope you are well. Also, my cheeks are quite puffy at the moment because I woke up about an hour ago. I've not done any of my face care because I woke up, had a delivery, I had food, and now I'm here. I've not done any of my face care. Look how puffy they are. Oh my goodness. Bro. I'll just see if I can just pop them out a bit. Oh, that's a look. I've got, I'll say mycelia, what a camera it's called. Speaking of food, I'm gonna get my own dinner real quick. Oh, Harumi, you have to tell me what you're getting. Whenever people talk about food, I need to hear. I love food. If that's not apparent. Right. We have found plenty of ultra rares off camera while recording, not streaming. Let's see if we can keep that luck up, shall we? Also, I have like a whole large bottle of Coke to get through. Yay for me, I can't wait to get my hands on the Spinoraptor. Oh, yes. Lasagna. Oh, one of the greatest dishes ever conceived. I absolutely adore lasagna. So fair play. It's absolutely a comfort dish. And there is only one, in my opinion, correct way to eat lasagna. And that is to make sure it gets to the point that you get crispy edges. And those crispy edges are what we call in the business the bomb. Okay? Crispy edges on lasagna, oh, just get in my belly. There are some blurry pictures of the Blockies Jurassic World figures. I have not seen those. If you happen to obtain them, post them in the Discord, Vicente, and I shall have a gander. Mama Meerkat just subscribed at tier 1. They've subscribed for 29 months on a 29-month streak. Thank you very much, Mia. It's been 2 freaking years plus. I can't believe it's been that long. So now it's just changed since I stumbled into your stream one day to check out some trails and fell in with dinosaurs all over again. I meet a plethora of awesome people. Thank you, V, for being so awesome. Mia, my heart, it just grew 3 sizes like in the Grinch. I think that might be a problem, actually. I think my heart's already quite big. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That means a lot. So yeah, sorry, that's just thrown me for a loop. Very kind words, and I'm like, I'm too awkward to deal with this. No, thank you very much. It's been an absolute pleasure getting to know you all. Genuinely, through Mir, we've been able to just like absolutely have the stupidestly funniest of times. So thank you very much, and thank you very much for always helping out in the early days of Paleo Pines. I remember when we were all doing the science experiments, and soon we get to do them again with whole new updates. Can't wait. Seriously, my dude, I met Phoenix, then Ty, and then Lorana, and then Deku. Exactly. What can I say? I bring people together. You've seen Hitch. I'm Will Smith's character, except not in a romantic way, but like an aromantic way, more like friendship, you know? But no, I'm glad that everyone, we've been able to foster a community of just good people. I love that. 11 out of 10 would do again. Now, it does bring up the question of, I was thinking, I can't believe I'm saying this, because I hate leaving my house. I was thinking next year of going to a convention or two, probably a War Dolly one. I'm going to do loads in the UK. I'm hoping to get my armies ready for tournaments in the UK. But I'm also thinking of going to like 1 or 2 of the conventions across the pond, which means I have to sort my passport out, which has been expired for years. But if I end up in one of the states or close by to you guys, it'd be good to have a little catch up, methinks. Me does think that. Because that could be quite funny. Really? Words are hard. Words are hard. It's why I don't do them very good. But yeah, no, so that'll be interesting. But the problem with going abroad for a War Dolly convention is, meaning my army has to be transported, and I have seen all the videos of people breaking crap in the airports. Like, no, I'm good, chief. So maybe I'll just go for a gaming convention or something. That might be a little bit more, or a lot less stressful, I should say. The idea of my plastic war dollies getting damaged in transport just Like, legitimately. And this is me being completely non-sardonic here. If there was a road to the United States as opposed to air travel, I would drive. Oh, it would take you weeks, months. Don't care. Do not care. I would take that over my absolute phobia of flying and the idea of having to put my stuff in other people's hands. Don't care. Would drive. Yeah. Honestly, I don't think about coming to the US after the Cheeto is out of office. I was considering that, Mir. The problem was I said I was going to do it when he wasn't in office, and then he got back in. So that's the problem. But I can't avoid it just because of one person. Like, that's irrational in my mind. And I've come to terms with that. What I can do is avoid traveling because I hate airplanes, though. I hate flying so much. Like, I've got a fear of flying, for one. No, that's got purple, so it's not strawberry milkshake, damn it. I've got a fear of flying, for one. For two, my fear of flying got reinforced when I went to Barcelona, which I think was my last trip. I woke up to very severe turbulence. Let me tell you. Oh, ads are on. But you're all subs, so it's fine. Let me tell you. The amount of prayers that came out of my mouth and swear words. Insane. Utterly. I thought that was it. I'm not gonna lie. Waking up to severe turbulence. I don't think my heart rate resumed back to normal levels 3.5 business months. Like, I'm pretty sure had my butthole been puckered anymore, I'd have created a black hole just from the density of mass. Right? Nah, no. I would genuinely take a rowboat over a plane. I hate them. Phone stop. I put the picture in the general ads. We got great chocolate waffles and beer. Come to Belgium. Okay, Harumi. For a second, I didn't know which country you were referring to them. And I was like, America's got great food. You know, reasonable alcohol. I don't think they're chocolates, though. I was thinking, they have a lot of amazing food, but chocolate. And then I read, oh, you're from Belgium. Yeah, no, Belgian chocolate, Belgian waffles, and Belgian beer are kind of world class. So I do believe you there. If you were to come in March, you would be able to give at least 3 of us in a single outing. What Lorana says, depending on where it is, I'm back from the ads. Hello, Laura. Welcome back. And our fries. Oh, of course. I forget that French fries aren't French. They are Belgian. Fun fact, although that is actually debated by historical pieces over and over. So, you know, they're like, yeah, it's this, it's that. You know, before long, it'll be the English that invented it. Could you imagine how much of an uproar that would cause? No, we invented chips, not fries. They're very different. Like, I have no issues Americans calling chips fries, genuinely. But I've always found it funny that in some places in America, they call steak cut chips instead of steak cut fries. And I'm like, if it's a big potato stick, it's a chip. If it's a thin one, it's a fry. That's what we call them in the UK. So, like, when I'm seeing stuff and I'm like, they just called it a chip. Why are they not calling it a fry? I'm very confused. Whenever I use an Americanism, people get confused at work. In fact, that's not true. They get angry, and it's funny, so I use them a lot. And what I know is only Blockies are the ones that are doing figures for Marvel Rivals. Also, on the back of the March thing, it won't be possible. One of our managers is doing a sabbatical at that month, so I can't get any point of March or April off. So it'll be later months, unfortunately. And then you hear people call them steak fries. Exactly, like, they're like, there's no 1-2 way about it. So if someone says some chips, like, I'm not going to go, they're called crisps, actually. I'll go, oh, cool, you know, my favourite crisps are, and I'll say my point. You keep saying your point, I'll say my point. We both know what each other means, problem solved. We won't confuse each other. 11 out of 10. You know? We are getting close to Critumnus, which means we're getting close to A, a trick or treat, and then B, the first picnic that we can't predict. That is awesome. Fun fact. Oh, I love fun facts. I especially love it when a fun fact is dropped and I'm like, that's not very fun. Oh dear. Right, no, nothing here. But no, I think every ultra rare I found off on recording and not streaming the last time has been... Oh, hang on. Hang on a second. There we go. Has been duplicates, unfortunately. Here we go. Which my friend was watching with me said they are called French fries because they are Frenched as in made in a fryer and not because it's French. See, I didn't know to French something was a was verbiage there. I thought that was... I didn't think of that. You know? Like hamburger doesn't contain ham, you know? Like maybe it's like that, but it's from Hamburg. Like, I don't know. So the verbiage is a new one. Plus, whenever I say I'm Frenching something, I don't mean it that way. I mean something completely different. I use it as a word that can swap in for fuck. You get the picture? Like when I say the tax man has Frenched me raw, I mean he has taken me a pounding. Because of all the overtime I've been doing, I've been joking with my peers and my people who report into me, like, yeah, the tax man didn't even buy me dinner before he just completely decimated me. Just horrific. But at the same time, I appreciate that taxes go for a good use, and as someone who's on good money, it makes sense that it goes there. But sometimes just witnessing it, like, I remember when I started employment and how much my pay packet was then, and then seeing more than double that leave my account through tax is wild. Yeah, not ideal that. Neither did I, but she says so, lol. Fair enough. I got a new manga the other day. Oh, which manga? I do not look forward to taxes. Well, the one thing you can love about taxes is that they're a certainty, you know? Certainties in life are very rare, bar death and taxes. Thus, the phrase was born. So, you know, I can appreciate a routine. I can also appreciate it goes to, like, in this country at least, because obviously we've got quite a social state in terms of how the infrastructure is run. Obviously, not all of our infrastructure is state-run. It should be. Take it out of private companies' hands through force if needs be. And like a lot of social stuff, like social state stuff, does require funding, and the easiest way to get any form of funding is tax, right? That's why I'm always really confused when you don't have like what effectively is the social state stuff, like healthcare and other stuff. Where do your taxes go? Oh, on roads. Roads don't cost that much. A bit of cement and tarmac. We're being swindled here. Like, bro. One of the reasons I start working, I do not want to start working, it seems so brutal. No, the good thing is, if you genuinely... it sounds so cliche and cringe. But if you find somewhere you love working, you don't technically work a day. I have my favorite job of all time. I'm working. Right, I work in IT, which is awesome. And I genuinely love every moment of it. Even when there's hell on earth, there's so many things that are broken. It means there's mysteries to be solved. I'm like an IT detective half the time. It feels great. You know? I'm like... I was about to say like Sherlock Holmes' neurodiverse brother, but I just realized Sherlock Holmes is neurodiverse as well, so... I'm like a nerdier... no, that's not true. I'm like a dumber, more socially awkward... I'm a dumber Sherlock Holmes. That is a blueberry muffin microraptor. It is a lovely red Carno. But unfortunately not. So yeah, like obviously there will be some... I think my biggest piece of advice, and this doesn't apply to everyone, a lot of people... and let's face it, a lot of people that watch me are neurodiverse, so I feel like I'm comfortable saying this, that a lot of people that are neurodiverse find great difficulty, not everyone, I must stress, in working customer-facing roles. So always consider things that are more administrative. To me, they feel considerably more rewarding. Not saying that they are, not saying they're not, they just feel that way to moi. That's one thing to consider. Administrative, technical, etc. That's my jam, you know? You want me to run numbers, I can run numbers. You want me to fix a server, I can do that. Never working, there's a lot of human interaction, then yeah, in that case, administrative or technical roles are definitely would be right up your alley, Harumi. Unfortunately, not everyone gets an opportunity to not work in those roles, which it sucks. I wish everyone had the opportunity to work a role they wanted to work. So I'm never ever judge someone who works customer service because they are doing an insanely demanding job and not being paid enough 99.9% of the time. Customer service call centers are nice that I don't have to be face to face, but yeah. Here's the but. I hate it so very much. Yeah, I feel that. I see that I've worked in contact centers, supermarkets. I've worked. As you all know, I was in the military reserves. Like I've done a lot of things in my what is arguably a considerably shorter life than most, and yet the one I'm working now, I take it in a heartbeat if I got paid less. Like if I got paid the same amount as what I did in the contact center, I'd still do this job. I love it. Not saying that's an invitation to dock my pay at all, employer, if you are watching, in which case, if you are watching, my bad for everything I may have said in the past, including every innuendo and double entendre. But, you know, it's just wild. I don't disagree with that, Mia. The manga that is about is a school life of an 8-meter tall girl. Oh, I've heard of that. I have heard of it. Oh? 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 Okay, I gotta be careful with the sus noises. Ladies and gentlemen, guys, gals, non-binary pals, we have ourselves a watermelon ankylosaurus. Darn you and your watermelon. I think it's my like third watermelon anky. Alright, could you come back? Oh wait, what do you need? It's ankylosaurus. They're crunchy, cool. I actually check on here now, like, and not constantly batting back and forth like an idiot to the wiki. I know it took me only 2 years. Oh, I'm going to be using this to just force feed Crunchy until he's tamed. That was considerably quicker than I thought it would be, damn it. Oh, look at his little face. Give me a watermelon-based pun, please, people. I'm sure we can all figure this out. I don't think it's... There's got to be one out there. Ah, I love hearing my friend raging in my ear because she can't react in chat yet. Metallon. I like Metallon, actually. That's not bad, Harumi. Metallon. That's very cool. Your friend will be able to chat soon. I only did that to stop all those crypto bots that went around all the time, and I was just like, block. I got bored of it, so I was like, I'm just going to enable a chat restriction. It makes it easier for me. I don't have a mod team. But for your friend, apologies. And thank you for the follow. I did notice we went up a follow. So thank you very much. We are getting close to 250. My legs are hurting. Severely. Oh, God. Get too old for this. I think Metallon is currently working. So I'm going to roll with Metallon. because I like it. My name Melon, yay! Oh! That is why Harumi. Oh, well done, Harumi. Yeah, I name new viewers after dinosaurs anyway, so that works out perfectly, so thank you very much. Metallon has joined Mary, who hopefully is still there, because if so, I'm going to head over to Mary to have a look to see how many watermelon and Kylosaurus's I have. So I don't know. Oh, thank goodness you are still here. Also, that takes us up to 335 ultra rares. Kind of crazy, that. Only two. That's a win. I just have watermelon and Metallon. So this one's the first one with an actual name. So we're taking that as a win. Do I have a watermelon Carno, though? Carno. Have I completed the watermelon collection? I wonder. What's the Carno under? Is it under forest, really? Hang on a minute. Do I not have any? Oh, here we go. Yeah, watermelon smoothie. There we go. Yeah, so we have got the watermelon collection completed. Lol, it was right there. Yeah, I found it. Don't worry. 2 different patterns as well for the Yankee, so that's a win. But I have completed the collection as a whole. I am just aiming to just every now and then go past a dupe and get another new one. I want that one. Yeah. I have a few white whales that are left. Most of them are T-Rexes, but the biggest one is an albino Troodon. After I got my melanistic Troodon, it's just an albino Troodon left that I really want. And that is before the new colours will be dropped from all the custom colours in the future. Speaking of, has the Pledge Manager thingy not gone out yet? From, thing, they were being held for the longest time. I think it still might be being held. The poor devs. They've been waiting for it for a while. I'm just checking it now while I'm here. Back projects. There we go. Paleo Pines. Waiting game. Update Wednesday morning. I finally heard back from the Kickstarter in the middle of the night. They give me some changes that need to be made in Pledge Manager for it to be approved. I'm going to be on it and it's been taking a while to get through changes to submit. On the plus side, I hope they have a contact I can flag. Cool. So yeah, they're still doing it. What about the birch aloe? Okay, I have ultra rare white whales and then I have a mega rare. I want the Tamabloom Theory and the birch aloe. If I get one of those, the sheer elation I will celebrate. Yeah, I'm with you there though. Like, the mega rares are awesome. Like, a Tamabloom Theory is just fantastic. I know it's also called Egg. Yeah. I started the game last month and Harry raged more about my luck than I don't know what. Boob. Ginger coming in and contributing magnificently to the conversation. It gets better that it was a spelling mistake. It gets better that it was a spelling mistake. Boop. Boop. I mean, boop. Ginger. Hi. Hello, Ginger. And your little fluffy kiwi. Love that. By the way, one of my first ultra rares was the albino Troodon. Harumi. Why would you tell me that? If you've watched V for Vendetta, you know what I'm capable of. I'm the guy that died in the first, like, 15 minutes. Probably. Did the guy die in the first... Actually, no, I'm not. I seem to remember one of the first few people that were dying were not nice people. If there was a good guy that died, I was probably... If there was a reasonably good... If there was a moderately good guy that died, that was me. There we go. There we go. But I still want the Mela. Oh, when I got... Because the Mela was my biggest want. And because I wanted to call it Toothless. I think it was over a year, maybe a year and a half. I finally found it, and my reaction, oh, magnificent. I think my biggest reaction to Ultra Rares are probably ranked the following way. I don't think I was... So, obviously Toothless was top. I think everyone will agree with me that the second one was when I got Ebony and Ivory, which was a melanistic and an albinistic compy at the exact same time. And then the third one was when we found this stego over here. When I said, if we find another ultra rare, I'll eat the ghost chili flavored pork scratchings. I found it within 25 seconds. So, yeah. Also, I haven't been able to play much because my PC hates me. And so far as there's 10 p.m. last night, it's been fixed, but it says fuck you again. So we have to take it in because hubby has done everything he can to try and fix it. Might be, it might be something that you might need to replace a component. Every now and then, like, I've had to replace... No, I don't need to do it anymore because I don't use hard drives anymore. But, like, hard drives used to be so finicky on my old PC that I had to replace them every now and then. Howdy. Hello, Phoenix. I have the heart albino Troodon named Angel. I love that. Been craving dinos. Bro, I haven't even had it for a year. He built it for me, Lamau. Wow. To be fair, software and hardware go hand in failure. Trust me. Working in IT, they will go hand in hand in failure. I have built 3 PCs now. The only one that hasn't had issues is the one I built for myself. But that's because it was the first PC I ever built. And there was, but in my defense, there wasn't a single hardware issue. It was software issues, all caused by Windows. All of which have been fixed. The only last few issues are some hardware issues where my lovely face cam comes through a USB 3 port, which I have many, but they all share buses. So if you use the same bus for 2 different things, it just causes it to crash. So next month, am I spoiling this? Yeah, I'm spoiling it. Next month, when we play Pokemon on stream, yeah, I've spoiled it, great. I will be testing to see if it can take it. And if it can, Pokemon and Switch games will be a lot more frequent. I'm thinking I have the right capture card for it, and if I don't... To be quite frank, I was considering, and this is even more risky, just getting a capture card that goes in on a PCIe slot to remove the USB issue. It makes significant more sense. Although I need to look into to see if it needs to use a USB port as well, because if it does, what's the point? But if it doesn't, I will be getting it. And then I have to somehow find a way to get my PC down from the levitation thing it's on right now, put it in, pray I don't break anything, and go from there. I also need to find out how you power it, because it's probably going to need one of my power cables, which means I have to do more cable management, which I hate. Or, if this works, it works. But will it work with Facecam? I'm hoping it does. I only build one. It's my very first PC that I love. We love it. Yeah, building PCs is so much fun. However, as a dyspraxic, the first time I built a PC took me 9.5 hours. The ones afterwards were 3 hours or so. So, like, that's a, 300% increase in, or decrease in time, which is awesome. But at 9.5 hours haunted me. I want an external capture card myself. I've got 2. One that used to work for the Switch, and I got one that does work for the Switch, but I don't know if it works for the Switch too, so I have to experiment. Get a capture card you place your motherboard. Mine doesn't give any issue. Yeah, I think that might be the right way to do it. I crave dinos, but need to vacuum. What to do? Headphones. I often, whenever I'm doing hoovering or vacuuming or I'm doing chores, I have to have something going on. My brain needs that little buzz, like whether it's music or whether it's Twitch, YouTube. I just love it. I always have headphones in anyway because I like having headphones in. Because it's hard to describe, but I have really, really good hearing. Concerningly so. I have to have a headphone in at work so I don't overhear conversations all the time. So I have one headphone in, just like one ear, just so that I can just focus on that whilst focusing on other stuff. Otherwise, my brain will just start to wander and I'll hear the conversations, 10 feet in front of me, 30 feet behind me, and I'm just like, I can't focus. Great hearing, great eyesight. Everything else? Attention span? Nope. Concept of time? Nope. Good with numbers, though. That's my advice whenever you're doing chores. Just give yourself something to give yourself a little buzz, you know? Okay, but that sounds bad. That sounds like I'm advocating for narcotics. I must stress that was not the intention. I meant headphones and YouTube or Twitch. There we go. Oh, I get that. I have sensitive hearing, so I can easily get headaches or pain from just sounds if it isn't pure enough. So I need good headphones with noise cancelling. Exactly. Yeah, Harumi, we're on the same vibe there. We're on the same vibe. Speaking of PCs, I believe Spike is getting a very good PC soon. So it'll be very interesting to see what he can pump out. I mean, whatever works, works. I do not advocate for any form of narcotics. However, imagine hoovering or vacuuming on shrooms. Could you imagine that experience? Not for me. But, like, imagine. Everyone has a bit of an imagination here, right? Right, just going through. No. Oh, no Tamar Bloom theory for another year. However, when we round this corner and find ourselves a Birch Allosaurus, everything would have been for the better. It's not a Birch Allosaurus. I have the remainder of what's left of a migraine, so I don't want to vacuum, but it needs doing. Do it quickly. So whenever I don't have the energy to do chores, I do them quickly, and then I put it in my calendar to do them properly. There's a little tip for you. So if I'm hoovering and I'm not going to do a full job, I'll skip the stairs, right? I'll skip the stairs themselves because it means I have to get a second attachment, go around corners, and it's just aggravating. But if I'm like, say, doing a full job, I will do them, you know? I'll condition the carpet first with carpet shampoo, which is a sentence I didn't think I'd ever get excited about as a child thinking about my adult life, but here we are. And then I will go around and hoover all the carpets, hoover all the hard surfaces, and then I will do the stairs. But if I'm just doing a quick job, none of the shampoo, none of the conditioning, just hoover up and just pencil it in. Oh yeah, no, fuck the stairs. I'm not doing that. I can still barely go down them, let alone be able to carry the vacuums to do it. Oh yes, I remember now, your surgery. I've recently started playing Cult of the Lamb. I highly recommend it, and it isn't a game that starts with a P for once. Harumi, you're right. It doesn't start with a P. My hearing is usually good, and I think I scare people when they think we are being silent enough, but I respond to them if they ask a question. Yes. So, when my ex and me used to live in the same house, and they would put something on the laptop, but I'd have the fan on, and they wanted to be able to hear what they put on the laptop, even though I was trying to sleep. They'd turn the volume up, and I'm like, oh, you don't need that, just put it down. So I turned it down to a volume where I could still hear it over the fan, further away from the laptop from them. And they were like, I can't hear anything. You're making it up. You can't hear it. And I just started saying the words from the show, and I was like, and they just looked at me like, how? And I was like, it's just easy. You just hear it. I need a rhythmic sound or something I have watched before, not something new. So, yeah, I feel that. I feel it completely. Like, at the moment, I'm still putting my AC through the ringer because it's still 20-ish degrees Celsius outside, which is still too hot for me. But once it comes down to a reasonable temperature, the AC is getting drained and put away, and then I am going to start using my fan. The great thing about the fan is it's just as loud, maybe a bit quieter. And so I'll have a little bit less guilt when it's being used than my AC from my neighbours. The downside is it doesn't cool the room, but as winter comes about, the bedroom will be going down to 9 degrees because I have the windows open. And I will be very happy then, because I'll only wake up dehydrated once or twice rather than every night. The Xbox is such an upgrade for me since I was playing in a tiny window and couldn't see anything. See, that's the great thing about consoles. Consoles are a far more affordable option into gaming than PCs are. There was someone, I can't remember what it's on, I think it's on Reddit, that I just like called out. I was like, go on then, because he was like, there is no point in getting a Nintendo Switch 2, you can just build a PC that can do better. And I was like, all right, for 450 quid, there's your budget, find me a PC that can run 4K 60. They never responded to me. Checkmate. But consoles are, per price bracket, far more efficient and far better value than a PC ever will be. PC has much higher specs and can be far more powerful than a console, but that line will get more and more blurred as time goes on. PC is saying fuck you, Lamau. He was already in here trying to fix it. Oh dear. So, like, I love my PlayStation and I love my Switch. I don't have an Xbox anymore because you can play most of the Xbox games on PC and other stuff. But I loved my Xbox. I am a big fan of PC, as you all know. I wouldn't have spent... Just moving the microphone away so you can't hear what I'm saying, but I'm sure some of you can lip read. I wouldn't have spent 11 grand on my room. There we go. I'm pretty sure the mic didn't pick that up. I could have muted the mic to make it a little bit more authentic. Okay, you heard it. Let's not go into numbers. To be fair... Oh, crap. To be fair, it's the entire room. It's not just the PC. Right? And it was over several years. But my desk was a lot. It is a Secret Lab Pro XL, Magnus Pro XL, whatever it's called. So it's a standing desk. My PC's 4 of that 11. I've got a DSLR camera. I've got lights. I have got so many decorations in here. Like disc plates, loads of War Dolly stuff. So when you factor in the War Dolly stuff, that doesn't... It starts to add up, I will add. I have got some very limited edition pieces. So yeah, I think that's not unreasonable. Like, my living room's not even close to it. In fact, my living room's a lot less than that. A lot less. Oh, and I can't forget, like, all my audio stuff in here. Like, it sounds like a lot, but when you start to spare it out over everything, like, these panels were a couple of grand. Right? I had to do them all myself as well, which was a nightmare. But there's a lot of stuff in here. My dad's PC is about 4 to 5k too. I believe mine was like 2 to 3k. Yeah, see, like, I need to stress, like, I'm not in a... That is expensive. It is expensive. It's over a few years. I'm not in a bad financial situation anyway, and I cannot stress that enough. It's why, like, all the time I'm doing... Well, no, I haven't done them in a while. Take it as a hint. Like, when I used to do all the Paleo Pines giveaway, it was coming out of my own pocket. I wasn't getting codes from the devs. I was just going, here you go, here's a giveaway. I'll buy you all a copy. Because I wanted to give the devs money, and I'm in a good position financially, so I'm not exactly in a bad situation. Oh, I thought you spent like 11k on a single PC. It's possible. I could tell you a way to do it, not even using SLI or even multiple graphics cards. You could with multiple graphics cards. In fact, you could probably get away with, if you got like a proper server tower case, you could probably put 2 units or 2 computers in one case. And then it would be really easy to get to 11 grand, especially if you're going to start to utilize things like RAM or not RAM, RAID or NAS. You can easily get that to 11. Oh, wait, I already posted the difference in game chat. I took my screenshot of Helldivers game to gameplay visual on your laptop if you want to visit your edge. I think you did post it, yeah. I did. My bank account didn't like that. I also spent 30 on the Kickstarter as well as a new plushies. Yes, a Ruby! Honestly, I can't wait until the updates come where we see all of our new skins. Genuinely, I'm so excited for that. I can't wait to see other people's, and I also can't wait to, you know, maybe see my Evangelion Trudon, because yay. Because yay. And that's going to be pretty cool. And then obviously... I'm not finishing Paleo Pine series, either gameplay on Twitch or YouTube for a while now. But Like, it'll take times where I don't play it for a few weeks on YouTube or Twitch, but it doesn't mean we're stopping. Per the thing I said, if it gets back, we're coming back fully, and I'm back fully. It's like getting on a bicycle. I remember everything. Not everything, like certain colorations and stuff, but like, it didn't take me long to remember how to go into super speed mode, did it? I spent a lot on the Kickstarter. Laura? I don't doubt that. I also spent a lot. In other news, Meerkat has joined our Helldivers squad. Phoenix, that's awesome. I haven't played Helldivers in a while. That's so uncommon. Mine wouldn't let me spend on Kickstarter, so I didn't get anything I wanted. Well, I guess to get the pins from V unless he decides to get... Oh, no. Ginger. I'm still sending you the pins. I'd much rather them go to someone who's going to use them. I'm not. I'm brutally honest about that. Pins aren't my jam. Stickers, maybe. But pins, not so much. There's very rare exceptions. Is it Sicky Triceratops? I think that's the name. Gave me a Mr. DNA pin whilst I was at the Jurassic World event in July, and that was pretty cool. So I've got that. But I'm rarely a pin guy. I'm more of a collectible piece guy, like an actual statue. I think it was more than $350. Laura, if it makes you feel better, I'm going to say it in dollars so it impacts more of you. Dollars to GBP. Oh, that's the wrong one. I was thinking, why is that not? I was at $483 on the Kickstarter, give or take. I wanted the custom skin. And then I got the beta access, even though I might end up getting that as a content creator, but I thought, what's 20 quid among friends, you know? So yeah, I'm with you there, Laura. Don't worry. Phoenix, I have Helldivers, no one to play with, but can't do anything until the PC's fixed. I have 6 pins in my car, I don't know what to do with them or use them. Well, I thought you spent more. No, I was quite lucky. I managed to stop myself from going for the Spinosaurus and instead go for the custom scheme just in general so I could get it on the Trudon. Because I didn't want to wait around and find out if the custom Spino one would also apply to the Trudon or not. I did too though, but they sold out super fast. They did. They sold out really quick. I think I was like the 4th or 5th person to get it legitimately, like, and then after me it was gone in seconds. I was like, so yeah, no, I'm very, very glad of that. I'm very glad I got it, but I'll look forward to when it's there. I made sure to get all the pins and bonus stuff. Yes, I would have too if I could have afforded it. Yeah, like look, we all, I'm in a good position, but we all did something for it. Whether we talked about it with friends, shared it, we financially donated. Everyone had their part in that Kickstarter success. The community is awesome. Let's not dance around the fact that the Paleopines community genuinely is one of the best gaming communities I have been a part of, and that's not a hard competition, to be honest. I think other competitors in that sphere would be Baldur's Gate 3, Mass Effect. I have just glitched up here. That's not great. Get me down, get down. Hold up. Guys, I may have girl bossed a bit too close to the sun. Is this the swamp they were telling us about? Yeah, this is probably why the developer tools might be under lock and key. Okay, so follow the water. I've got to have come from over here. I did. Fantastic. Right. Through the use of super speed, I will try to get down. Damn it! I overshot. Damn it, I overshot. Damn it, I overshot. Damn it, I overshot. Okay, we're just going to teleport. Teleport. To windmill, sure. There we go. That's not the windmill. I might have clicked on carving accidentally. Okay, I remember that we checked over here, so we're good. Let's just ignore everything that just happened, as impossible as that might sound, and move on. Be very careful when I tap super speed that I don't tap it too many times, that I go to, well, Barry Allen mode. She broke the game, no. If there's a way to break something, you bet your butt I can break it. Oh, my leggies. Go back to the Trudon. Wait, what do you mean go back to the Trudon? I saw white. Yeah. It's probably just going to be a light blue. It's probably just going to be a light blue. It's a light blue. But I'll check the other one. I'll check the other one. It's also a light blue, unfortunately. The two that always get me. They always get me. Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry about me. Every time I fall for them. And every time I'm like... I see how it is, game. You're treating me like the tax man treats me. You go by so fast with this player. The funny thing is, because I'm playing at a really high refresh rate in comparison to what I usually play, right, on certain games. For me, it's normal. I can see it. I keep forgetting that I'm exporting it to 1080p, which is a drop from the 4K to 60 FPS. So it's going to be very blurry for you when I zoom past them. That's my bad. I should make a conscious effort that when I'm checking a dinosaur to slow it down a bit. I'm just going to have a sip of my drink and the music somehow turned off. Ica of the gods. Good old sugary sweet caffeine. I need a male velociraptor for my albino one. The albino is Gorasine and the male would become Lupin. That makes perfect sense. I get it. I understood that reference. You're not getting it. Meta, not earlier than I did. It's going to take at least 12 years in game. Meta, if you're not already, I highly recommend playing Paleo Pines whilst I'm streaming. Because people often borrow my luck while I'm streaming. You'll notice the air quotation marks around borrow. Abscond with might be a better terminology. Does that take a look for me? So that's Harumi's secret. Don't do this to me. Yeah, I know. I know. Ginger has my vote. I just read. Oh, what did Phoenix say? I need to talk my squad to get you added to the Discord we use. Ah. I'd play, but I only play on PlayStation, and also I couldn't play for at least 3 weeks because I've literally got plans for every part of my spare time until then. None of it, apart from YouTube and streaming, is reserved for video games, which physically pains me to say out loud. But hey, here we are. Most of it is war dollies. I'm not joking. I've got so many little plastic men to paint. I don't even try to steal your luck. Correct, you don't, because you just get the luck. You have the luck. If anything, I try to steal yours. But Harry wants to see me play. No! Yay! We haven't seen Angry Kermit emote in a while. Good to see it. Whoa. Okay, necking effectively a decent amount of coke there has just caused me to be quite gaseous, so apologies if I keep leaning away, it's just so I don't belch into the mic. Gaseous emissions are departing me. Laura actually has power in this game that rivals V. Rivals? No. Laura dwarfs me by a considerable amount. Like Primetime V, like Primetime when I was getting so many Ultra Rares, right? I think would have been a match. But current V and every subsequent iteration, no, not even close. Laura completely dwarves me in terms of luck. That Serato was very pale. It was, I believe it was the, what color was it? I can't remember. The peach, isn't it? Yes. It's the peach. It didn't work though, for now. For now. I found V's Vega Rare Aloe in less than 10 years. Yes, you did. Yes, you did, Laura. We get the picture. Your luck is insane. Necking Coke. I think that's illegal. Coca-Cola. All right? Coca-Cola. Coke. Coke. Not cocaine. All right? There is a very distinct difference. I used to, when I was in school, I had a Slovakian friend. Okay. And him and his family, lovely, lovely people. And his mum, bless her heart, had a very thick Slovakian accent. So whenever she said things like Coke, it wouldn't sound like Coke. And so she'd ask me, Gordy, do you want a Coke? And I'd be like, beg your pardon? You know, Coke. And she'd hand up a can of Coke. And I'm like, oh, okay, thank you. And her son was sat there the entire time, so embarrassed. He then spoke to her in Slovakian, explained the situation. Her face dropped and she was laughing. And it was just the funniest thing. And I was just like, oh, that's hilariously cute. And I also learned a tiny bit of Slovakian. And that is Bojepsa, which I think means F you. I can't remember. I got that. This is why I refrained from playing while you guys stream. Last time I stole Meerkat's luck for an albino Celiophysis. You're a hero, Laura. You're an absolute hero. I got to go make dinner with my brother and sister. We're eating Swedish meatballs from IKEA. Oh, what an elite choice. I've still got a freezer full of Swedish meatballs. And I will get through them bit by bit. I love IKEA Swedish meatballs. I need to buy the noodle. It's the last one I don't have. The noodles. But their mashed potato and their Swedish meatball gravy is peak. And lingonberry jam, of course. But yes, no, good shout. Enjoy your meatballs. I absolutely adore Gemini on my melon noodle. That's a hell of a name. I like that name. That's just a portals galley. Oh, it's not flooded down there. We have a light blue and an orange. And an orange and a pink. Damn. Certainly one of the faves I own. I think we all know which ones mine are. The Sarcos were awesome when I found them as well. I was really happy about finding them. I think my favourites are the Sarcos, the Trudons, the T-Rexes. I think we all knew that, but yeah, and I can't wait for the Spinos. I can't... Please don't make the Spino only spawn in the evening. I assume it's going to spawn in the daytime, so that in Triasia, when the Barry spawns, it replaces the Spino spawn in the fields, I assume. I look forward to seeing if that's the case. That's where I assume it will spawn. I name all of my ultra rares after planetary names and now zodiac signs, given I'm running out of names. My favourite is my 3 Sarcos at home. Meerkat, the Proud Twilight, Fant, the Albino, and the Voids and the Mela. Ah, I love that. Voids, the Mela. And keep playing. Go to sleep. Just having a quick vape break while I read something. Sorry, it was an interesting thing to read. I finished reading it. I'm back in the room, and I'm tired. But that's my secret, Captain. I'm always tired. I saw something in the corner of my eye. It's just my neighbour's van arriving. Meerkat wants my Pinky the T-Rex. Yeah, to be fair, is that strawberry milkshake T-Rex? I think that's been one of Meerkat's white whales for some time. Quite some time. But yes, I think when I was coming up with names for Evangelion, like I called it Divine in the end, my scheme for the custom color scheme. Ty unintentionally inspired me to create a second backup one called I can't remember what we ended up going with. Was it Metamorphosis I ended up setting on because of where Kafka Himeno's name comes from, obviously. I can't remember, but I think I called it that, and I was like, I kind of like it. So if my first scheme doesn't work, we've always got a backup scheme, which is a win in my books. But I think my first scheme should work. I think we'll have to tone the saturation down, but in my defense, it looked perfectly just slightly oversaturated. I then posted it in Discord, and people were like, that's way too saturated. And I was like, what do you mean? I went to Discord on my phone, and then saw it and went, oh. Because if you color edit on OLED, which has a very good color gamut, like one of the best, you might be seeing it very differently to how others see it. Even on an iPhone, for example, it's like, ah, okay, that's a monitor based issue or a skill issue on my part. Because I should have color edited. Oh, is it stripes that are rare and spots that are ultra rare for Supernova? I think it is. Accidentally deep fried it, yeah, basically. Spots is ultra rare. Damn it. Damn it. Thank you, Harumi, for confirming. Every time I just don't remember it, and every time I get disappointed by the answer. Because I always find the rare and not the damn ultra rare. So, yay. After this stream, I will be taking a 20-30 minute break. I will then have I might just sat on the coke for now and have my second monster a bit later. After my break, I will be recording at least 2 Trails of Cold Steel. That's the goal. Trails of Cold Steel is one I can record into the early hours if I wish. But whatever I don't record out of 5, maybe 6, I will record next week. And if I stop at 2, I could then record Paleo Pines and Minecraft Dinosaurs tonight, meaning all I have left is Trails of God Steel. But to give you guys an idea on the backlog I have now built, I've got Lethal Company with Beeves and Excited. I have got what was the other one? Climb Backrooms with Beeves and Excited. I have got Minecraft Dinosaurs, Paleo Pines, Trails of God Steel. Well, I've got 1 Trails of God Steel so far, but there will be more. 5 Paleo Pines, I think like 13, 14, I can't remember the exact number of Minecraft Dinosaurs, which I will be recording more. And then Jurassic Park Operation Genesis Race to 5 stars with Marco. And then I've got, I think there's one more thing, I can't remember. But I've still got other stuff to record. I don't want to spoil this one. I'm keeping it a surprise. I've got something that's not kind of dinosaur related and not video game related coming up. I have got obviously Jurassic Evolution 3 if the demo yields fruit, or demo the access that I will get, and see if the sandbox works and I don't get terrain constraints. But yeah, I don't remember checking the T-Rex in the desert. I might need to go back. I feel like I did, but I want to double check to be safe. So yeah, we have some interesting stuff in the upcoming weeks. It was noble, so I did go there, thank you. I did think so. I was even thinking it was purple. I've adopted a new Helldivers 2 strats. It's called being enemies of Super Earth to death with a stun battle and beating them to death with a stun battle. I love that. I love that there's an ODSTs thing in there now as well, because obviously ODSTs are the original Hell Jumpers, and all Hell Divers in this case, but I love that. I love that the crossover became a thing. Everyone's been wanting it for years, and it happened, and that's so good. When we heard when it was coming to Xbox, and at the end, it cut to New Mombasa with the rain, and I heard that damn musical sting, I was like, that's ODST. Now, I'm giving Halo Studios, that new name, a chance with the next Halo game. But the two biggest Halo games I want, three biggest Halo games I want, is a complete remaster, not just a remake, a full remaster of Halo Reach and ODST. Because those, in my opinion, are two of the best Halo games. Halo 3 Anniversary, I think we all knew that. Halo Wars 3, one of the best RTSs of all time, in my opinion, Halo Wars series. I love it. The idea of being able to control a hero as well, I just love. You don't see it too often. You do see it in quite a few games, but not too often. Dawn of War is another example of that. I loved playing the Arbiter as well. When playing the Arbiter was just so much fun. Halo Wars and a new ODST game. I am getting a new 3D printer. As you know, I've got a resin one that lets me print like minifigs for like D&D, collectible statues, etc., which I've been enjoying painting, as you've all seen. Accessories for my war dollies, etc. I'll never print a full war dolly because I'll feel bad. But stuff like that, pretty cool, right? However, my new one will be an FDM printer, the usual one you see that just like prints melted plastic, bit layer by layer, rather than the spicy light hits the forbidden milkshake. And I plan to print stuff. I know we've been talking about getting stuff up here for the longest time, but I'm actually planning it now. So, should I go through and ruin some surprises for you? Okay, I've got 5 things I want to go up here. Someone name me a number between 0 to 5 on how much they want spoiled. So how many of the things going up there? 2. Cool. Honedge. Or Aegislash. Pokemon. That I print on the resin. That is nearly done. It's getting painted after my Votan. And I'm going to be putting some lighting behind it, some red lighting, because it's going to be a shiny Aegislash. Then, over here... Oh, I don't want to reveal this one, but I will. A very large bust that I found on Cults 3D. So a skull, not skull, but like a chest-mounted Dilophosaurus head from Jurassic Park. So Jurassic Park Dilophosaurus. So that's going to go here. And those are the 2 of the 5. 2, 5. I misclicked. Ah, no. You're not getting any more than that now. The 2 was a good number, and I like it. There are a few more pieces, and they might not just go up in here. I will most likely use both printers to get decorations for the rest of the house, because I love the idea of actually printing my own furniture. Frills out? Yes, the frill will be out. I'm not looking forward to trying to paint that, but we're going to give it a good go. Because I have no idea how I'm going to get the colour, like, styrations perfect. I probably won't. But if I can get close, that's all that matters. So there is that. I've got a few other things I want to get in here and elsewhere. But once again, I'm focusing on... I'm not, like, diversifying my focus anymore. I'm finishing my Votan, building and then painting. I'm then going to finish my Mega Rayquaza, my Dragon, and Aegislash. I'm then going to finish my Tau, and then I'm going to start printing other stuff. And all of that is going to be done during my time off after work and so on and so forth, which I will have plenty of once I don't do so much overtime. And I'm not needing to record because I do massive backlogs like we know. So I'm going to have plenty of opportunity over the next few months. And the best thing is, it's going to be my favourite type of the year as well. It's time of the year. Autumn and winter. So when summer hit, I got hit really, really bad with SAD. So seasonally activated depression. I was very depressed at the beginning of this, beginning of summer, June time. My brain couldn't focus on anything. and I was just having a meltdown every other minute. But we're getting into winter and autumn now. My brain is on cloud nine. It's focusing on everything. It's like, yeah, you've got to do overtime. I love that. I love work. Although you probably should take some time off. And I'm just like, yeah, okay, that's fine. And when I'm recording, I'm like, oh my god, I'm actually getting through more than I did before. Like, I haven't got to my full 36, but the 36 was a hope and a prayer on so few days off. Usually 36 is kind of a target when I have 2 weeks off. I only had like 7 days off, and I've got pretty damn close. I think I'm up to 28 videos, which ain't bad. Like, that's still 2 months and a week. So yeah, very happy with that. So I'm going to be pushing my absolute most out tonight to get as much recorded as possible. If in a bizarre situation, very bizarre, because we're not going to be doing a super long stream. We've probably got about 20 to 30 minutes left, I must stress. But in a bizarre situation, tonight I managed to record multiple Trails of Cold Steel, multiple Paleo Pints, and multiple Minecraft. Or one Paleo Pint, because that's all I need to record. And one Minecraft. That will take me to my goal. Which is crazy. And that means all I'd have to do is edit them, and I would usually edit them tonight, but to give myself a break in reparation for that, I wouldn't do it tonight. I'd actually edit them next week instead. Because I've got videos that will last me till then. In fact, I've got a video the last video that's currently uploaded, which is a repo with Beeves and Excited, is next Wednesday, I believe, the 10th. So that will be the last one. But tonight it's either recording or editing, one of the two. And if it's recording, I need to not do it with my headphones on so I know how loud I'm being. And if it's editing, it's fine. I am leaning more towards recording tonight instead, all the way into the early hours. But we will see. And those videos that you're going to be hearing from me in those recordings, apart from the Charles of Cold Steel ones, you won't hear for months, and you'll forget this conversation. However, let me tell you that those videos will 100% be me talking quite calmly, quietly, and you'll know, if you can remember that, you'll go, I remember V saying that he was going to be recording them late at night. This is those videos. I think that's a nice little inside thing there. But yeah, no, I am excited to get stuff finally done for decoration. I've still got loads of my royal green, deep jewel green paint. I almost knocked my vape off. Wall paint, I should stress. I've painted my living room with an accent wall. What I'm considering the accent wall going in my landing downstairs, or my hallway downstairs, and my upstairs landing somewhere, and the bedroom. I love that deep green. However, I'm also thinking of other paints for different rooms. And I don't like change, but because I'm controlling the change and the colors that I'm absolutely vetting and spending hours contemplating, I enjoy that change. I don't know what colors I want for each room, so I'm going to have a look and just think about it, and whether I want to do a whole room of paint or just like one wall, like accent walls. I don't know. Or maybe like a 2-wall accent wall, so one that goes around 2 sides. I like the idea of that. In which case, you know, with some rooms that you have 3 or 4 walls, it's going to be like the majority is going to be accent, or the accent will be the one that you're not painting. Are you going to play the new Hollow Knight that no one could not talk about? I need to play Hollow Knight 1 to be able to play it in my mind, and it is on my list to play, but not for a few months. I've still got so many video games to catch up on. I've still not played Expedition 33, and that's at the top of my list. But I'm hyper focusing on my war dollies at the moment and getting YouTube videos done. Once the YouTube videos are done and all I've got is war dollies and video games, I'll probably be playing Expedition 33, and then I'll be moving on to that, and then eventually I'll be doing Trails in the Sky, which I need to play through on my PlayStation to get the platinum, which I do need to go back to Trails of Cold, Daybreak 2 to get the platinum on that, and then Trails into the Sky remake, and then I'll be recording that once I've played through it at least once, because I don't want any spoiler terries on the channel, although, you know, uploading it as and when it comes out would be better for views and stuff, but yeah, I'm not worried about that, as you all know. I'm looking forward to it, and then I'll probably just for a quick platforming game, just to get a platinum on. I'll probably go through Hollow Knight and then I'll just go for Silksong. So it's on the list, I can assure you. I also want to play Fantasy Life I, Coral Island, all the stuff on PlayStation. I want to aim for a plat on. I love hunting for platinums, and games that are like 100 or 200 hours to get them are my favorite. That's why I love the Trails games. But I also like the quick ones every now and then. And I have a nice diverse portfolio of platinums. So, you know. Oh, feet hurty. Have you ever played Little Nightmares 1 or 2? No, I have not. It's not my type of game. However, I really enjoy it when James plays them. I love watching those. But it's not my type of game to play. I do like Metroidvania and platformers to an extent. Metroidvania style games and platformers. They're not always my cup of tea. They have to have a certain je ne sais quoi to really get my attention. Like, I'm not a big Mario guy. I'm a big Mario Party, Mario Kart game, but I'm not like a Mario platformer guy. I love like Paper Mario RPG games, but platformers aren't my full shebang, you know? Just like driving games aren't, just like sports games aren't. Some things I do enjoy, some things I just meh. It's 5th of Critumnus, which, you know what that means? Getting disappointed by like 5 different species at once. Wow. It's like I predicted it. I was right. No. His theories are always so good. I have rewatched his playthrough a bit too many times. Yeah. No, his playthroughs are great. It's like, that's the sort of way I like certain games. Like, I don't want to play them, but I love watching the story unfold or someone experience the story. So I'll absolutely watch someone play through games that I myself would not play. It's how I experience a lot of games sometimes. Just watching people play them. I can't wait for Reanimal. Fair. Fair. 1, 2. Where's the third one? There you are. Thank you. Little Nightmares 3 seems bland compared to it. I mean, different strokes for different folks, but I see what you mean. I do see what you mean. Oh, I definitely need a break after this. Because I woke up, had food, did recording, came and streamed. It's like... Well, I had food first, then... No, I went and recorded first, then I had food. I'm definitely looking forward to just putting my legs up for 20-30 minutes, watching a YouTube video. Or a stream. Coming back in here and just powering through. So that's going to be good fun. Right, my diary. Time is it? I think we can give fit maybe one more day and then we'll call it here. I know it's quite a short stream, but I've got stuff to do. You know this by now. However, we did get 2 in a week, which is not bad. Getting 2 streams in a week is always a nice little feature. Plus, we got to have a good chinwag with everyone here today, didn't we? I really hope people understand that chinwag means chat. A little chat with everyone. Obviously, when Paleo Pines gets its major update, I will be trying again to do our 24-hour stream in Paleo Pines. I'm hoping we can do it on the day of the update. I'm hoping we can. I'm hoping it means that we'll have people that can join us for a chat during that time as well. Like maybe chat with Phoenix, Ty, so on and so forth, or just chat for some of it. So I'm not just talking to the abyss for several hours. Proud Lotus is a rare one, and Ankylosaurus, I remember. Nope. I forgot you had one today, so when I saw the note, I immediately started playing Cult of the Lamb to come watch. Oh, that's awesome, thank you. Cult of the Lamb is one that I enjoyed watching people play, and I actually think I would enjoy playing it, because it's kind of like... It's a Metroidvania style, which I'm okay with, because as I said, I do enjoy, you know, good Metroidvania games, but the old Castlevania games were just my jam. And it's also got some elements of, like, not RTS, what's the term I'm looking for? Like a sim game? A simulation game, I mean, not like sim as in Hadijah's there, Sims. And it kind of is just like something I want to check out. So it might be something I do play on PlayStation at some point, just to get the plat. Another one that I really want to play. Now, I don't know if I want to play it till I get VR. is No Man's Sky. I've never played the game, but I just love following the developers as they just post a new update and everyone's like, guys, you've done enough. You've redeemed yourself already. Charge us DLC for this. Peach Proto. That is interesting. Sarah Tops. Uncommon, really? I just never seen it. Oh, rare. Okay. I can't remember seeing a peach, or I have, and I've just brushed past it because it's so similar to the other colours. Fair enough. Thanks, guys, for confirming. I had my hopes up for a moment. Don't worry, my hopes are never that high. Oh, I'll check that T-Rex because I've already forgotten it, although I think it was a reddish brown. Nope, it was just oak, or sloth, or whichever one that is. Right. Just check the forest, but today we've powered through, which means when I record Paleo Pines next, we'll be getting closer and closer to Trick or Treat, which will probably be on stream next stream, which is good. Or the next Paleo Pine stream, I should say. Next stream will be next week at some point. It won't be the weekend because I'm working both weekends. But it will be a single player game because not many people have free time in the week unless I can convince Spike to play Phasmo again. But we'll see. We will see. We shall see. Now, I also have to get to planning for the next community game night. So that's the VIP community game. And I think in the new year we will do community game night as a general, not just VIPs. Obviously VIPs will still get them separately. That's part of the fun of being a VIP. And I'm hoping with all my heart that we can we'll hopefully get like a really good opportunity to just have some fun games thrown out there. I'm also hoping to see if I can figure out Tabletop Simulator so me and James can play 40k. Still free for 2 more weeks before college starts once more, but you stream the set. It's a perfect time regardless, so I can keep watching doing it year 2. Perfect, thank you. Yeah, plus you're also a fellow European. So we're quite lucky with our timings matching up, actually. A lot of people over the pond are having to be up early for me, and I do apologise that you do have to be up so early. Right, I'm going to save the game and call it here. So let's get a face cam. Because my feet are hurting and I still need to record and stream. I should get my mat back out. I'd put the mat away because it was I kept dyspraxically tripping over it because it's not perfectly flat, which it shouldn't be because it's supposed to be good for your feet, right? But I've got my Crocs, so I'll go put them on when I go to record the next batch. Keep playing and well, save the game again because I'm getting paranoid now, but then click quit instead of keep playing. Quit. There we go. I am going to go chill for a bit and I'm going to get on to recording, and I'm hoping I can power through everything tonight and then just enjoy building and painting stuff. I think that's not a bad shout. I've got 2 more models to make and build from my most recent Votan collection, and I've got 1, 2, 3 boxes of pretty much individual models, one of which is a Hecaton, which is a big model, and then 3 larger unit boxes, but those are really quick and easy, so there's not the end of the world. So I've got to build those. And then I'm going to paint them all. I'm going to do an army painting batch paint style because it's quicker that way. You know, you could always stream while you're painting, and I actually would love watching you paint and chatting with you. See, I love doing that too. I think we had a great time the last couple of times we did it. Wait, we did it once. Last time we did it. I'm wanting to get a second camera or a webcam so that we can have one on my face, one on my hands while I do it. But it's absolutely something I want to be doing a lot more of in the new year and later this year. So don't worry, that's absolutely something we'll be bringing back to the table. I think I won't just do Warhammer. I think I'll be painting things like Kaiju Mons, so those Kaiju Pokemon. Still got Haxorus to paint. Stuff like that I think I genuinely could have a lot of fun with, just like mini painting in general, but obviously we're Warhammer painting as well. So I absolutely will be facilitating that, and I'm hoping it'll be as simple as having another arm for my desk, moving the camera over when I need to use it, and then moving it away when we don't. Hopefully as simple as that. I don't love doing that. Or painting or sewing some doll stuff. See, that's the best thing. It could be like a little creative night, and I wouldn't mind that. That'd be quite fun. So that will be a plan. And it'll be quite fun because you guys can give me, not tips, but you can give me things like, oh, I think this colour would look quite good on this, because you might be right. We can absolutely experiment. Right, I'm going to click the end stream button in a moment, but before that, thank you all for joining me today. It has been a good little chin wag. Play around with it. I don't disagree. I think it could be quite a good bit of fun, maybe even like a chat. Right, but in the famous words of every tree ever,